Hola chicos y chicas, me llamo Max y hoy yo voy a hacer la quesadilla de queso. Después de mirar el video, haz la quesadilla.
I have a really bad memory. Most things that have not occurred within the last month are blurry. I don't remember important things that happened, just random details. I had many big birthday bashes as a kid, but I only remember that we had a cool water slide that everyone liked. My dad's side of the family is Christian and we went to my grandparents' house to celebrate, but I only remember getting the game Battleship and then being embarrassed when I messed up the rules. My older cousin Tyler died very young and I went to his funeral, but the only thing I remember is taking the flight over there and being very nervous when I messed up my age in front of the TSA agent. The only thing I remember from the last time I had visited Tyler was showing him my Rayquaza Pokemon card, which had a move that did 200 damage. I went to 2 different proms, but I only remember my mom telling me beforehand that girls care about people's outfits more than guys, and then memorizing what everyone was wearing in a petty attempt at protest. So, now that we've established that I'm an unreliable narrator, let's begin. Testing. I have always loved creating things. I love drawing and writing stories and imagining silly little scenarios. I wanted to be like the people who entertain me and one day be among them. When I was into the comic Pearls Before Swine, I started my own comic, Coolest Dorks Ever, which I shared with family and friends over Facebook. When I got into webcomics, I started my own webtoon called Light in the Darkness. When I got into comedy music, I started writing lyrics to hypothetical songs and having my friend John rate them. I started writing comedy sketches in addition to the lyrics, which I also subjected John to. After getting into several YouTubers, I created a YouTube channel called The Dorkness, which I still run today. Additionally, after getting into some digital artists, I started augmenting my videos with doodles of the characters of the games I was talking about. There's so many creative pieces out there. There's so many works of art and entertainment that have broadened my horizons or impacted me in a meaningful way. So much of this has helped shape me or create who I am. I feel it would be selfish not to at least try to give back. And maybe someday, far from now, I could affect someone else, even if it's just in the slightest of ways. Creating is one of the core parts of my identity, and I would describe myself as someone who likes to make things. Let's see how some of my friends back home would describe me.
Max is slightly shorter than me.
Creative.
Max is Max mode also.
A dedicated person.
Max is the type of guy that doesn't mind that I'm doing this last minute because I forgot.
Smart.
Yeah. Max is one of the best people I know. Max is also a much better friend than Eden Tidings.
This is my best friend, Vasily.
Max is my oldest and closest friend.
Vasily and I, along with a lot of my other friends, went to an all-boys school called Gilman. Now, you may be wondering if I also knew people from an improv group I was in. Yes, and I was also friends with some people from my swim team, but I was closest to my friends from school as we were all nerds. Additionally, most of us shared the same band teacher, Mr. Lander. Despite band being very much at the low end of the Gilman totem pole, Mr. Lander was determined to make it great. His passion was obvious, mainly because whenever we were messing around, he would get angry in the most hilarious ways. I remember one time I wasn't playing well, and he singled me out and just started giving me trophies and dramatically saying good job whenever I messed up. Another time, Mr. Lander intensely went on a half-joking rant to one of the trombonists about how it was like he was running a fancy bakery and then the trombonist walked in with stale Starbucks croissants and started chucking them all over his fine establishment. We all loved Mr. Lander's band class, and the shared experience brought us together. It's great to have people who get all your weird, distorted references. Okay, Vasily, I'm just sitting here.
Like
Barter,
Barter, bro, nowhere.
you're my piss man.
Aww.
Aww. It helps with some of the stressors of life. For example, Gilman's homework policy was why assign some of the work when you can assign all of it. This, in addition to being an only child with controlling parents, has had some interesting effects on me. High school, while mostly great, was also home to what I will refer to as the mental uh-oh years, which had side effects that include anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts. Even today, I tend to want to have most of life's variables controlled by me, which is obviously not possible. I cannot make sure that all my classes go well. No matter how hard I try, everyone messes up at some point, and some subjects are just not my strong suit. No matter how much work I put into something, I cannot guarantee that everyone will enjoy it. Some jokes might not land, or an emotional moment may come off as corny, and I will just have to sit there as everyone disapproves. If I'm interested in someone, I cannot promise that they are interested in me. And even if they are, something may sour in their conversations when I get confused on why they're not following the intricate script that I made up in my head. I cannot account for all the different paths the night of partying and fun with friends will take. So what do I do if things turn in unexpected ways and I'm unprepared? What do I do then? Sometimes I'm happy, optimistic even. It's a beautiful day, and I'm surrounded by beautiful people in a beautiful world with beautiful opportunities. But then life, anxiety, depression, the world reminds me that everything is dying in so many ways and I am powerless to stop it. Let's take a look at my future. My creative work is super successful and popular and has won a whole bunch of awards. All my friends are still there, but I'm also surrounded by people with varying amounts of status. My friends will live forever, or at least until I die. I have a talented wife who simultaneously shares my passions but is also impressed and interested that I have them in the first place. She is gorgeous in her own special way, and she's not a model because I find them alienating. I will be rich enough to have the ability to help those that I care about in meaningful ways, and I will be famous enough that I won't have to face the consequences of my actions when I inevitably screw up. I will have the perfect life. Do you feel that? You feel it. That creeping feeling that everything is not okay. The world is slipping through your fingers and it is all your fault. You could have had it all if you had just not messed it up. You have no legs, but you need to keep going forward, and as you crawl, dying on the floor, everyone else is running to a future that was never there. What are you doing? No one else is here. You are hopeless, you are helpless, you are defined, you are boundless, you are fine, you are delusional, you are infinite, you are doomed, you are vain, you are alive, you are panicked, you are neutral, you are foolproof, you are the future, you were the future. Baby, you're boring, baby, you're a firework, come on, let your colors burn. Your name is Count Balabungus V. You live on Jupiter and eat the Milky Way for brunch. One time you bit off Athena's arm and gained the ability to breathe fire. As of now, your eyeballs are slugs that live in your urethra, and your nose just became the Prime Minister of Belgium. You're a self-absorbed, privileged narcissist who will never be satisfied. You are someone who persecutes himself instead of getting in line, shutting up, and letting everyone else talk. Everyone else talk. Everyone else talk. Everyone else talk.
This chicanery? This chicanery?
No, senor!
Well! This chicanery?
No, senor!
Like a bossa nova beat?
Well!
Bossa nova beat?
No, senor!
Well! This chicanery?
No, senor!
Bossa nova beat?
Turn down the volume.
This is not rhetorical, I'm giving you instructions. Turn your heads and look at me now. Okay, now start applauding, and do not stop until I tell you to.
This chicanery?
No, senor!
Well!
Bossa nova beat?
I can't hear you, come on, I thought I said applaud. Cheer even, come on.
Bossa nova beat?
Turn down the volume.
This chicanery?
Bossa nova beat?
Turn down the volume.
Stop. It can be easy to get caught up in the moment and forget your surroundings and their context. It can be difficult to remember the good times and how fortunate you are, and instead focus on small, inconsequential mistakes. Even though I just made whatever that was for an intro video art project, trust me, I am the best that I've been in a while, and every day I'm feeling better. The fact that I'm lucky enough to know so many amazing people is not lost on me. More and more now I'm able to relax, smile, and let these people into my own little world. So really, thank you.
I'm Max Rennie. Thank you for watching.
Bonus content. Max is a thick ass boy.